Welcome to this week's episode, and in last week's video blog I talked about styles and how to use them to help make your documents more accessible, both to those people who just need to read your documents to make them easier to read, and also for those who have a visual impairment and may be operating a screen reader to have those documents read to them. And we talked a little bit about how that works and what that will do. Well, today I'm going to continue that journey, and we're going to have a look at the next couple of items on that list of 6 things to think about. We're going to think today about spacing in general in your document, and spacing around headings, and also paragraph length. So on the screen at the moment you can see I have a document. This is a document I've copied from the web. So here is the website. It's called Wine News, and this particular article is about wine and food pairing principles. All I did was I copied this and I've pasted it into Word, and you'll agree with me that actually in Word at the moment it doesn't look very accessible at all, even to anybody who can read properly, never mind if you had a visual impairment. And I've also got another copy of the same article which I have styled. So this article has a title, it has some headings, and it already looks a whole lot better. It's not quite there yet because I've got these long run together paragraphs of text, and I'm going to make it look even worse by bringing these all into one extremely long paragraph. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that that is actually really difficult to read, and if I was faced with something like that, my own instinct would be to run a mile. I wouldn't want to read that at all. So what can I do when creating my accessible documents? I need to think about the person reading it. Is it going to be visually pleasing? Are they going to want to read the next bit? Well, in order for them to know what the next bit is, I need to separate the bits in some way. And normally we do that by pressing the Enter key, or the return key as it used to be called. So if I press the return key there, yeah, it's great. It creates a new paragraph for me, but there's still not a lot of space between the preceding and following paragraphs. Now, last week when we talked about styles, I did not focus on the normal paragraph style, only on the heading styles. And today I'm going to talk about the normal style. So here's normal up here, and normal is what you might call your base font. It's your basic text. My normal font for this document is Calibri Body 12. It's left aligned, and there's no bold or italic or anything else in there. I don't have any spacing set here. I can tell that because it didn't move very far. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to modify my normal font. So this is the same as modifying my heading styles. I could change the body font. Let's say I want it to be actually Arial instead of Calibri. I'll still leave it at 12 because that's a good font for accessibility. I'm not going to change the color. But what I do want to change is the spacing. So I'm going to go down here to the Format button and back to Paragraph, just like I did last time. And this time I'm going to put 12 points of space after every paragraph. That means that when I'm typing away as normal and I get to the end of the line, Word will wrap round to the next line exactly as I expect. And when I get to the end of the paragraph and I press the Enter key, it will now give me 12 points of space. So I'll say OK to that. At the moment I'm going to leave this in this document only, although I could put it in new documents based on this template, and I'm going to click OK. And notice now, first of all, that you can see the font has changed everywhere, and this one paragraph where I pressed Enter now has a bigger space. So if I press Enter after each time I want to create a paragraph, you'll see that I now have lovely spacing, and I didn't have to press Enter twice. Now you may be used to pressing Enter once to get to the next row and Enter again to get to another row down to leave that required space. But there's no need to do that anymore because Word will do it for you. And I'm going to show you that by coming down here and try, or rather down there, the lazy dog. And now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of the party. If any of you had ever been to Pitman's or anything like that and done some typing tests, you might recognize both of those as typing exercises. So I'm just going to copy that and paste that in because I don't really want to type more than I need to, and I'm going to paste it again there, and you'll see I'm just going to take those out and I'm going to paste it there again. So now I haven't got any paragraphs in this. This is just creating one nice big paragraph. If I now press enter there here at the end, because I'm now ready to do my next thing, and I press Control V, you'll see I've got my nice space between the two paragraphs. So that's what I wanted to focus on particularly today. I wanted you to begin to think about your paragraph length, what's a good length for a paragraph, and also to see that you have space between paragraphs.